Hey everybody, it's Bruno. Here's my new episode of MB. Be my next guest on MB by clicking on the link below and we'll contact you. So listen, enjoy the episode.
That's right. What's up, you sucker? That's right. What's up, you sucker?
All right, welcome to MB, where not everything, you can't all be serious. I'm so happy to have my good friend Kathy. Kathy Ewan is from Phase One Design.
Yes, that's right.
Wow. Well, I remember a long time ago, can I share a story?
Yeah, please do.
Which back in the, way back, we had a music teacher that was a little funny, like interesting, goofy, and of course we're teenagers and we kind of said, well, he's funny, and he'd let us kind of hang out in the music room. And I only took music one semester, even though I played music all my life. And years later, in the mall, right, this goofier type teacher, who was very, very nice at the time, during school, I saw him behind a Baskin-Robbins ice cream place.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, and my friend said, that's, our music teacher. I'm like, what is he doing there? Maybe he got fired. So we had enough courage, because we were still, in our early 20s and in university. And we went up and they were so happy to see us. My point is, he kind of pointed something out that I'll never forget in my life, is that he said the principal at the time was being a jerk to him and wouldn't promote him or anything. And then he decided, enough's enough.
Yeah.
There's got to be more to life than pleasing a principal.
Yeah.
And he said, that's it. And he bought, a couple of franchises, and he became a business person.
Yeah.
And then he did super well. He goes, I'm making more money than I could ever imagine. And it was that little catalyst that made him think, this has always been in me.
Yeah, absolutely. And probably the fact that he actually had that experience where he said, okay, well, being there, done that, don't like that for these reasons. And then so whatever the next thing I'm going to do, I just need to make sure none of those things repeat themselves, right?
Oh, exactly.
So everything's a learning experience.
So, ready?
Okay. Oh, no.
Like rubbing the bottle for the genie comes out. Are you willing to share one secret?
One secret? Ooh, it depends on the secret. Oh, okay. Oh, like an untold secret?
Cut. No, just go. No. Like one of your secrets to your success. I mean,
one of the secrets
you said the
to
posse
my
that.
I suppose I could share one.
Okay.
Just kidding. I think I have actually talked about this before, but it is legitimately the secret to my success. Is that okay? Does that count as a secret?
Well, I don't know what the secret is.
Okay.
Tell me.
Okay. So my personal secret is my morning routine.
Oh, okay.
My morning routine. Have you ever read The 5 a.m. Club, Robin Sharma?
I've read Robert Sharma.
Okay, yeah, he has a few books out there.
Okay.
Anyway, so I
tried. So step one, sleep in.
Sleep until 5 a.m.
That's what I read.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I know, everyone's like, Kathy, you're crazy. So 5 a.m., it doesn't have to be 5 a.m., but the first
5:02.
5:02. Yeah, sometimes I push snooze and sleep in.
Yeah.
But the first hour, call it, of every day, you basically do 3 things. So you wake up, you exercise, you meditate, or journal. I journal / meditate depending on the day. And then I always do 20 minutes of learning as well. So whether it's like an audiobook, I normally do audiobooks just because they're easier.
I love audiobooks.
As I'm getting ready, right? So you can multitask.
Well, your eyes go as you get older. I'm just telling you that. I never thought my eyes would go. Now they're starting to.
Yeah.
So audiobooks are better.
Yeah.
So wake up.
Yeah.
Exercise.
Meditate / journal. And audiobook. So basically something that's learning. Yeah, something learning.
What did you learn today?
Today, what did I learn today? Oh, that was a long time ago. What time is it now?
It's like 6:30 in the morning.
I'm currently, no, it's 5:02 a.m. Oh, getting tired. What did I learn today? So the book that I'm reading right now, I can't remember the name of it, but it actually talks about 33 things you can do in your business during a crisis. Which is, so this book was actually written, I don't even know what crisis it was. I think it was a financial crisis in the US. I had you know where I actually learned about it? On Saturday when my friends and I were watching business presentations. They were talking about this book. Anyways, great book, 33 quick strategies.
Did the cops break up that party?
No, oh yeah, we were loud. We were like rowdy. We were on the couch for like 8 hours, I think.
Wow.
Right? Yeah, don't worry. I'm like actually way more fun than that.
Were you guys fighting for the whiteboard? when you were like?
We didn't have a whiteboard. We were like on
What
our
kind of
phones
party was
taking
it?
notes. I know, right?
Okay. Anyway, so
Yeah.
the 33 things not to do at a party. No, 33 things to do for your business.
How not to have a
Okay.
party. Yeah, during a crisis, which
Right.
right now, not to like timestamp this video, but
It's no longer a
we're in a-
crisis. It's normal.
Right. Oh yeah. Sorry. The new normal.
Right. Thank you.
But yeah, it's a really great book, and I've been reading it. I read it on the plane, flying back to Calgary, and yeah, reading / I do audiobook and read it at the
read
same
it.
time.
That's
yeah.
a good way to do.
Yeah.
So that's what you learned. That was your learning. So how long?
Yeah.
So you get up at 5. I don't want to kill this, but this
Ish.
is your secret.
Ish, yeah, it's my
so
secret.
5-ish.
Yeah.
And then you do exercise.
Yeah.
And then so how long is that? 20 minutes, half hour?
Well, it's supposed to be 20 minutes. I modify it now, so 45 minutes.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So 45.
Yeah.
Then journal or meditate.
Yeah.
Another what?
20 minutes
20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then learn.
for 20 minutes.
So that's nothing.
So it's supposed to be an
and then
hour.
you go back to bed.
Some days.
There you
Some
go.
days, like on Saturdays. Just
So you
kidding.
do that.
Sometimes.
You curse Robin Sharman and all those guys, and then you go back to bed.
Why 5 a.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
no,
all in the
that's
book.
good.
It's all in the book. If you're
So
like
that's your
interested-
that's one of your big secrets.
Yeah, like honestly, so I did this. I read that book about 2 years ago, and I am totally naturally like a night owl. I'm like the girl that stays up till 2 a.m. All that.
And you get up at 5?
Yeah, now I get up at, well, not all days, but
What time do you go to bed now?
depending on the night. Yeah, it's a little crazy now with COVID because it's, the
It
schedule.
doesn't count anymore?
Yeah, some days not so much, but
Well, I heard they're going to lock down everything, or they've locked down everything, and
I
you're
thought
not
they
allowed
already
to use a
did.
clock. So, so that doesn't really matter.
All
Sundials
right.
are out. You can't have a sundial.
no sun.
Okay, well, thanks
Yeah.
for sharing that.
Yeah, no
problem. Hardest thing you've ever had to do? Do you want to do
Hardest-
business or life, or what do you want to
hardest
do?
thing I've ever had to do. The hardest thing I've ever done, is that the same question? That's the same thing.
Why
Ever
we
had
do
to
both?
do? Expand my business to a new geographic location. That was
You thought it'd be
my
easier.
first one. Yeah, definitely.
What was the hardest part?
The hardest part, all of it.
Really, eh?
Well, getting it up and running, I think, and making it sustainable. I think, and in fairness, I think I was a little bit naive, which helped.
What part?
and
I'm kind
didn't.
of digging deep because
Yeah, please do.
people are listening to
Okay.
you in this broadcast.
Yeah.
Is anybody listening? We got a pretty good
We'll find
audience.
out,
No, but they don't want this, right?
Right.
I brought you in to kind of
Okay.
dig deep, but
Sure.
what part were you naive about starting an office?
So I think how easy it was going to be, how long it was going to take, and how expensive it was going to be. And the steps of how to do it, and it's funny because naturally, if I don't know something, I'll just go read about it or go learn it or go find a resource. But there's not a book that I've seen anyways, or a resource where it's like how to expand your business to Vancouver,
Right, right.
101. And obviously you take all the skill set that you currently have, but to do that, it's really expensive. And that's why, when we do it, when we expanded our third and fourth location, it's like,
Wow.
we already made all those mistakes, but I probably made every mistake under the sun. I was very naive in terms of how easy it would be to penetrate a new market, being like a new player in the market. It took us, oh my gosh, years. I remember talking to somebody actually asked me, they're like, how much more expensive was it and how much more time did it actually take you? And so I actually stopped and I thought about it. I was like, I think 300% more time and 300% more money than I actually thought.
Well, I always say what's interesting is that we went back to that. If we go back to the business coach.
Yeah.
So if there's an entrepreneur and they say, you know what, I want to expand to 4 provinces and 16 cities and stuff like
Yeah.
that, you would be a good coach to say, no, don't touch that, and
Yeah.
call this guy and call that guy, right?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, like I have given that advice to a lot of my other
they
friends.
listen?
They actually do. Yeah, I've helped a few other businesses kind of go down that pathway because I was like, whatever you do, don't make all the mistakes that I've made. I've already made those mistakes, so I can just teach you. Right.
Right.
So,
Here's something for you is like, I kind of share is that people kind of think that, the internet, remember we
Yeah.
were joking around about the internet, has really made the world a little smaller.
Definitely.
Until you drive through Northern Ontario
Yeah, oh.
or you go from here to Vancouver and you get, from Calgary to Vancouver, or it's a big world. And it's, it's expensive, like you were saying,
Yeah.
to travel. Like Vancouver's an hour flight from here, right?
Yeah.
An hour, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But that's $1,000. you know.
By the time it's all said and done, yeah. By
yeah.
the time you do like hotels and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
And hang out with your 10 people. You got to
Yeah.
fly those guys out there too.
Right.
No, but what I'm saying is that people kind of go, oh, it's just Vancouver
Yeah.
or it's just Toronto. It's
Yeah.
just Halifax.
Right.
Well, Halifax is 3 flights now, you know, like sometimes
is.
there's no direct flights.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that by the time you go there in your
Yeah.
time and you lose all your sleep,
Yeah.
people, I think, forget on
Yeah.
how big
Yeah.
a challenge is to manage multiple locations.
It is, yeah, and I think it's the things, you know, and I had that exact same thought in my mind. I remember thinking, oh, it's just another Canadian city, right? I was like, how hard could it be? Like, it must be exactly like Calgary. And now looking back, it's not even close to the same, right? Like every city has its own nuances.
Right.
It's the opportunity cost of, you know, being on a plane even, you know, and it's not just the 1 hour plane ride. You have to go and be like 2 hours, you have to pack. So there's an hour there, you have to be at the airport. So basically you're losing half a day, if not a day.
Right.
You go to Toronto, it's literally an entire day, right?
And the 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. And then just
Or
like
3
mentally, right? Like your
Yes.
mental, you're basically, you know, spreading your mental capacity across this many cities, which now pretty good at doing that. But even like simple things like time zones, it's like, okay, so if you're in Toronto, it's like, okay, your day in Calgary, or let's say Toronto starts at 5 a.m. Well, that's 3 a.m. in Calgary, that's 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Am I doing that right? Yeah, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
in Vancouver. And then, but then when it's 5 p.m. in Toronto, now it's 8 p.m. Wait, I'm going the wrong way. You see what I'm saying? It's
So
confusing.
you need a calculator.
Anyways, yeah, you need the calculator.
Okay.
You need 3 times.
It's
what I was
okay.
looking for.
Clocks are outlawed. I
Yeah,
already
but my
said
point
that.
is, you're working 3 hours more at the beginning of the day. You're working 3 hours more at the end of the day.
I feel that whenever you're dealing with different offices in different cities,
Yeah.
you literally have to be 40 steps ahead of anybody else in your
100%.
local office
Yeah.
that doesn't,
Yeah,
you know, because even the
Yeah.
mentality,
yeah,
like you go to Toronto and people make fun of Toronto. I love Toronto.
Yeah.
I've always said
So
no
do I. I
shot to
love
any other
Toronto.
city, including Calgary, Vancouver, Kelowna, you know,
Yeah.
Ottawa. But I mean, if you work downtown
yes,
and you live downtown,
Yeah.
like really in the
yes.
like. It's so
amazing.
vibrant. It's a great city.
Beautiful. I love Toronto.
I think the problem with Toronto is
Yeah.
that, you know, it's so big and
Yeah.
nobody can afford living downtown
Mm-hmm.
all the time and all that. Well, you know what? That's pretty much all the time we have for this episode today. Thank you for tuning in with us. And you know what? Make sure you subscribe to our Megapix Media channel so you will never miss an episode. And also, you can follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook, Instagram. We have content almost every day. So thank you very much for joining us. I'll see you guys soon.